We're a medical innovation team from Novi High School. Our names are Abhinav, Ani,
Shrihan,
and Abhi. Imagine waking up with a stabbing pain in the center of your back and your chest. A sudden tingling sensation runs up your arm, and your breaths start getting shorter and harder to take. Minutes later, you're fighting for your life in the ER, and you're diagnosed with a heart attack. This is the exact situation in which Ani's grandpa had undergone. Spending lots of money, an unnecessary amount of time, and an immense amount of trauma, he says that the fear will never go away and it still haunts him to this day. Our group wants to help combat this everlasting deadly disease while using our solution, the nano plaque remover.
heart attacks are a growing medical problem that affects millions of people around the world each year. To put this into perspective, in 2020, 367,000 more people died from heart attacks than COVID-19 related deaths. Also, heart attacks are the leading cause of death in America, and around one person dies every 36 seconds from a heart attack. Additionally, 1 in 5 heart attacks are completely silent. This means that the patient has no symptoms before the heart attack happens. Hence, we created our solution, the nano plaque remover, to not only reduce the number of deaths caused by heart attacks, but to prevent them before they happen.
Nanotechnology has components with dimensions that are less than 100 nanometers. To give you an idea about how small our solution really is, 1 nanometer is equal to a billionth of a meter. Our solution also includes nanosensors. Nanosensors are thermal, mechanical, optical, and electrical sensors that are used on the nanoscale. Using these technologies and combining them together, we created our solution called the nano plaque remover.
A cluster of nano plaque removers are injected into the patient's femoral arteries. These are guided through a computer program by the physician. Part of the nano plaque removers are zinc oxide nanowires. They get their energy by rubbing metals against each other. The plaque in the coronary arteries is most dangerous between 1.25 and 2.65 degrees Celsius. Therefore, our group decided to use an inbuilt RTD thermal sensors to detect and clear this plaque first. To clear this plaque, the nano plaque removers will use a rotating orb in front of them to scrape off all the plaque. After that, they will use the nano capsule to store up any of the plaque that they sucked up. After this process, they will use the nano plaque remover again to detect any of the less remaining dangerous plaque.
After this, the nano capsule releases the cyclodextrin medication that is used to dissolve the plaque. This is a type of medication that is stored within the nano capsule and is needed to stabilize any breakaway plaque left in the artery. Lastly, as all of this is finished, the nano plaque remover can dissolve in 4 to 5 weeks because it is made out of biodegradable polycaprolactone material.
Our nano plaque remover is made up of several different components. First, the nanorod that propels the nanobot through the coronary arteries. Attached to the rod are the zinc oxide nanowires that power the device. The nanocapsule, which is located in the middle of the bot, includes the nanosensors and the vacuum that sucks up excess plaque. Next is a spinning orb that cuts up the plaque, which is connected to the front of the device. After the orb cuts up the plaque, the cyclodextrin medications are released from the nano storage capsule. Heart attacks cost the United States around $219 billion annually with the usage of existing solutions. This cost includes healthcare services, medicine, and loss of productivity due to death. To help overcome this large expenditure, our group came in contact with a pristine nanotechnology producer called NanoWorld and came up with an estimated cost for our solution. Our solution will range from $10,000 to $12,000 compared to the existing solution cost of $28,000 and can go all the way up to $50,000. This cost is dramatically lower than the cost of an angioplasty surgery or bypass surgery, which are existing solutions.
Current treatments for heart disease are around 60% successful and are done through a process called angioplasty or bypass surgery. These procedures have a long recovery time of around 8 to 10 weeks. We estimate that our procedure will be around 80 to 90% effective and will have a much shorter recovery time of around 4 to 5 weeks.
In addition, stents can only be used after a heart attack occurs. However, in our solution, we are using the nano plaque remover to prevent the heart attacks before they actually happen. Also, in our solution, the nano plaque removers have an advantage over the existing solution of stents because when a patient gets stents, the patient has a high risk of getting a blood clot, or the stents can do damage to the walls in the patient's arteries. But we can ensure that our solution won't do any damage because 1 red blood cell is equal to around 6 to 9 microns, and when injected, all of the nano plaque removers will be much less than 1 red blood cell.
In order to achieve our goal of helping millions across the globe, we communicated with Dr. Daniel A. Heller of Sloan Kettering and Cornell Universities. We read through his research papers on nanotechnology and used them as inspiration for our project. We also communicated with Dr. Ashok Khandura, an interventional cardiologist, and Dr. Shrihan Nalamati, who both work in the Henry Ford Health System. Together, with their help, we decided that it would be best if we use a nano device to move plaque buildup in the coronary arteries. After speaking to these experts, we wanted to share ideas about HOSA to a different audience, so we presented to the Robo Rhinos FRC team of Novi and got lots of valuable information and feedback.
In addition, we also presented our innovation to Dr. James Wilson of the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office and became the first HOSA team to meet with the Midwest Regional Office. We also met with Dr. Stanley Kukudi and Dr. Daniel Grossman, who are head interventional cardiologists at the University of Michigan. They helped us get a better understanding of the work cardiologists do and told us how our innovation could help make their jobs more efficient. Both Dr. Kukudi and Dr. Grossman agreed that our innovation could be groundbreaking for the medical industry because of how effective it could be in treating future patients. We also consulted with Dr. Rachel Patterson and Dr. Christian Casper, who are both biomedical engineering professors at the University of Michigan. They helped us get a better understanding of nanotechnology and the structure of nanosensors. This allowed us to further our innovation.
One important training requirement for our solution to be fully implemented in hospitals is a training program that doctors must go through in order to use a nanoplaque remover. Our training program will include both in-class and hands-on learning. Doctors will learn how to use a computer program through a user-friendly application and will also learn how to inject and safely guide the box through the coronary artery.
We are implementing our solution into other medical fields, such as the neurological field of medicine, where we will help try and treat the carotid artery disease.
In conclusion, our solution will tremendously impact the field of medicine as it not only reduces the cost for the treatment of patients, but also improves treatment and recovery time for all heart patients. We believe that our proposed solution will positively affect many people and families across the world. To make this happen, however, we need to take some vital steps. First, our solution has to undergo animal testing to identify any possible harm it could cause to patients. After that, we have to look at the guidelines of the FDA and make sure our solution fits them so that it is safe for patients to use. Lastly, we have to get help and support from medical institutions to help manufacture our product. Thank you, judges, for taking your time to listen to our presentation.